I wonder if my podcast will even be able to air in Canada.
Probably not, right?
I wonder. People in Canada, you have to think about what the fuck they're doing, because you think that they think that they're doing it, or some people believe they're doing it, because of this misinformation that's online. Try to get a detailed audit of what is actually misinformation that they called misinformation and what turns out to be actual 100% fact now. It's a lot of it, kids. And the only way we find that out is if people are allowed to talk freely. And they might be wrong, and they might get things wrong, and they might be right. But you got to let them talk. And that is the only way we find out. Because if you think that silencing them and getting people who lie to be in charge of what can be said and what not can be said, that's the road to tyranny. That's the road to communism. That's the scary road. Not the kind of communism that everybody hopes for, where we all just redistribute wealth and everybody gets along. No, a totalitarian government that tells you what to do and fucking lies about everything. And they're playing that war game. You're playing I'm Brian Redband, I'm the co-producer of Kill Tony, and, I go on the road, I do stand-up, I'm a fun guy. That's the world you're in. That's the game you're playing. They're playing the war game. And they want to be able to tell you what you can and can't talk about. That's fucking scary shit, especially in this climate. This fucking weird polarizing climate. It's like, oh God, everybody's so angry.
What happened, though, to Canada? Remember, just 15 years ago, I would always consider them being so progressive, especially with marijuana and everything like that. And you used to go there and go like, man, this is like a chill USA,
Yeah, I loved it there.
Yeah.
I was like, there are like 20% less douchebags in Canada. That's what I always used to say when we went up there. We always used to look forward to doing gigs in Vancouver and Toronto and Montreal. I used to love the Montreal Comedy Festival. It was so fun, man.
Those were the days.
They were cool people, man. But they got fucked. That government came in and fucked them. And it keeps fucking them. Like that whole Canadian trucker thing where people who donated money to them got their bank accounts frozen. Like, hey, that's Banana Republic shit. That's not supposed to be going on in Canada.
Yeah.
But it was all because of COVID. COVID gave them this reason to flex their authority in very creepy ways. That's what you have to always be scared of when any kind of disaster happens, or a war or something crazy, an attack, because that they always use as an opportunity to get more power that you would never agree to earlier. Like, no one would have agreed to what's in the Patriot Act. They tried that before. They tried it before, and everybody's like, get the fuck out of here. So they put it on the shelf. Most of those ideas that were in the Patriot Act, they had already tried to weasel those in. And then when it came along and there was 9/11, they're like, fuck it, let's roll it out. We're patriots. Who's going to say no to Patriot Act? Aren't we patriots? And then there was the NDAA, which gave them the ability to indefinitely detain people without charging them. Like, what? Like, you want the right to do that without judges and lawyers? And you want the right to do that? What if you're wrong?
That's crazy.
What if you're wrong? What if someone's a corrupt person involved in that administration, and that person that you're going to get arrested is actually like a whistleblower for a corporation or something? You have too much power. It's too much. Why don't you look into Jesus? He got the answers. Yeah, this is what keeps me up at night. This is what keeps me up at night. The possibility that we don't understand that there's a game being played that we're a part of. We're little pawns. No matter how cool you think you are, you're just a little pawn in this global game of war. And it's real life consequences. Real life people get killed. That's what's terrifying.
Yeah. That's why I feel so good every time I go to Costco and I get like a bunch of water and a bunch of just tons of food. I'm like, okay, it can happen now. I'm set.
But you're not. If it really happens, we're just so fucked. You can't even imagine.
Yeah.
So fucked you can't imagine. This idea that like, oh, I'm just going to live in the woods and hunt. Dude, who knows what's going to be coming for you? Who knows? Who knows? You've seen the video from the footage of Ukraine and Russia where they're fighting in the woods. It's terrifying. That's happening right now. Right now in 2023, there's people running through the woods, shooting at people they don't know and killing them. And as much as people want to look at it and say, oh, Russia shouldn't have done that and NATO shouldn't have done this, and as much as you want to say that, what's going on is people who don't know each other are being led by a giant organization, and they're going to kill people that they don't know. People who don't know each other are going to kill. People who have no conflict with these people. They don't even know them. They're going to go kill them. And those people are going to try and come kill you. That's the reality of this fucking insanity. And that only exists when you have groups of people that are controlling groups of people, and then they move them around. And then they put bases places, and then they attack things, and then they fund this and fund that, and and get this guy out of fucking office, get this guy out of power, and bring in your own little stooge, and then that guy gets killed, and they're playing this Game of Thrones shit on a global scale, and we're just trying to buy a new iPhone. Oh, look, I got the new one, USB-C finally.
It is nice.
It is nice, but that's the thing. It's like we're fucking powerless in this thing, and it seems like the elections are. They do their very best to make sure that they win, whether or not it's legal or illegal. What they're doing, like what they're doing with Robert Kennedy Jr.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Did he become an independent yet? I heard he. No, he's
going to. I think.
Yeah.
I don't know. He said he's got some announcement, and most people are speculating.
Right.
But if you're an independent, are you can you win?
No. See, that's why I think that would hurt him. And we've all seen in the past, even like what was it, Ross Perot? We're like, oh my God, he might have a chance, and then he's like 2% or something.
It seems to me like the more time goes on, Trump is a shoo-in. Mm-hmm. It seems like if this shit keeps getting crazier and crazier, there's going to be a lot of liberals that'll vote for him. He was the one in the beginning. We got to stop people from dying. Like do you want Ukraine to win this war? Remember that conversation? He's like, I want people to stop dying. Like, which is the best answer any politician has ever given.
Fuck yes!